Hi, I'm Paul Carnahan. I'm the librarian of the Vermont Historical Society, and I'm here today to show you one new acquisition that we received during the past fiscal year. This particular item is a piece of political ephemera. It's Jennette Prouty's favorite recipes. I think it's interesting for several reasons. One is it shows the role of women in their husbands' political campaigns. The second is it shows a little bit of food history, and the third is that there's sort of an interesting backstory behind this brochure. The first point, role of women in their husbands' political campaigns, we don't really need to know too much more about that. That's sort of a well-known factor, but this is from the 1960s, and it shows sort of the role of women at that point. Because it's full of recipes, it gives us a little insight into foodways of that particular era. There is, for instance, a green beans recipe here, which includes being topped with 1 jar of sharp cheddar cheese. Not Cabot cheese like we might use today, but a jar of cheese. The backstory behind this brochure is that Winston Prouty had been elected to the Senate in 1958 from Vermont. He had a very well-known and powerful name in Vermont. And when he was in Washington, his wife passed away. In 1962, he married Jennette, who was a Washington insider, a staffer for some other representatives in Washington. And then he ran for re-election 2 years after that in 1964. And so this is sort of his way of introducing her to the people of Vermont. And in fact, she starts out this little brochure by saying, "Vermont is my adopted state, and hospitality is a hallmark of Vermont, as I have quickly learned." Whether this brochure was effective or not, we don't really know, except that Winston Prouty won re-election. It was at a time when Democrats were starting to threaten the Republican establishment, but had not quite been able to capture the US Senate. And so Prouty, a Republican, won.